Today we're doing a deep dive into the world of asset protection and financial security. Today we're going to explore one of the most powerful tools available for safeguarding your wealth, an offshore asset protection trust. So get ready to discover the secrets behind this ironclad solution that offers unparalleled protection against lawsuits and creditors. Hi, this is the Business Guy, CEO of Asset Protection Planners. We have attorneys on staff and are the nation's largest company that protects assets from lawsuits. Have you ever wondered how everyone from the rich and powerful to your normal everyday business owner protect their assets from the clutches of lawsuits and creditors? The answer lies in a little known and highly effective legal tool called an offshore asset protection trust. Here are a few common choices for asset protection trusts. Belize down in Central America, Nevis down in the Caribbean, southeast of Florida, the Bahamas, Cayman Islands. Belize, third world country with very high crime. Nevis, my second favorite choice. The Bahamas, fine, but not very strong asset protection laws. Cayman, you need to hold your assets in the trust for 6 years before they're protected. So when you look deep into the laws and the case law, or the actual results of court challenges, one jurisdiction stands above the rest, and that is the Cook Islands Trust, and I'll tell you why. Established under the laws of the Cook Islands, this trust offers a level of security that is unmatched elsewhere in the world. So picture this, a Cook Islands Asset Protection Trust holding your Swiss bank account. Once your money is in it, it's protected right away. Your opponent want to challenge you? They only have 1 to 2 years to do it. Yeah, you heard that right. We're talking about combining the power of one of the world's most secure banking systems with the ironclad protection of a trust nestled in the pristine beauty of the Cook Islands down in the South Pacific. It's like having your assets in a bank vault, surrounded by palm trees and coconuts, guarded by thermonuclear armed fighter jets. Just imagine kicking back on a beach, sipping on a pina colada, while your worries about lawsuits and creditors melt away faster than ice down in the South Pacific sun. But hey, don't take my word for it until I tell you this. This isn't just a wild fantasy cooked up by a daydreaming YouTuber. Why? Because I've set up more Cook Islands trusts than anyone in the world, and have been doing so for over 30 years. It's a legally solid strategy used by savvy investors and high net worth individuals to safeguard their wealth and keep it out of the reach of prying hands. Now, there are numerous benefits to setting up a Cook Islands Trust. First and foremost, it provides unparalleled asset protection from lawsuits and creditors. The trust is designed to keep your assets beyond the reach of U.S. civil judgments. Now, here's something unique about the Cook Islands. In most countries of the world, when you win a lawsuit and get a judgment in one country, you can move that judgment to another country which recognizes it, and you can start seizing assets. Not so in the Cook Islands. When you have a Cook Islands Asset Protection Trust, a creditor must relitigate the underlying U.S. lawsuit in the Cook Islands courts to access the assets. That is, they would have to file a lawsuit in the Cook Islands and start all over again from square one. This jurisdictional advantage provides a huge extra layer of security for the trust's assets. The Cook Islands, a self-governing country that's part of New Zealand, has developed a legal framework specifically designed to protect the assets held within this trust. This framework is so robust that it has become the gold standard for asset protection trusts worldwide. Now, what makes the Cook Islands Trust so unique is its stringent legal threshold for creditors to challenge the trust, where the burden of proof for your opponent is not just a preponderance of the evidence. In other words, 51% versus 49% of the evidence, as it is in most U.S. civil cases. Instead, the litigation to try to attain the assets that you have placed into your trust requires a level of proof called beyond a reasonable doubt. If you were to attempt to quantify this burden of proof in terms of percentage, it would be approximately 98 to 99% certainty. This level reflects the necessity that a U.S. jury or judge would have as an extremely high level of certainty before convicting somebody of a crime, recognizing the severe implications such a conviction would carry. Cook Islands, on the other hand, applies this to their trust law, making proving a civil case in the Cook Islands a very tall order for your opponent. Better yet, we could take the Cook Islands Trust and turn it into a Nevis Trust, a Belize Trust, a trust in another jurisdiction, escaping the litigation altogether. Now, to set up a Cook Islands Trust, you'll need to work with a professional to set up the trust. In fact, our organization, as I've said, has set up more Cook Islands Trusts than any firm in the world. The process typically involves creating a trust deed that outlines the terms and conditions of the trust, as well as transferring your assets into a bank account in the name of the trust. It's essential to work with a knowledgeable professional organization to ensure that the trust is set up properly and meets all legal requirements. Now, one of the most powerful features of the Cook Islands Trust is that burden of proof required to challenge the trust, as I mentioned earlier. So what that means is it's much harder for creditors to claim that the assets were transferred into the trust with the intent to defraud them, which is simply legal speak for keeping assets away from a judgment creditor. So as mentioned, to provide the ultimate asset protection, consider setting up a Cook Islands Trust that holds a Swiss bank account. You don't need to hold the bank account in the same jurisdiction where the trust is formed. Think about it. If you buy a Mercedes car, you don't put Mercedes tires on the car. You put Continental tires on the car, for example. So we choose the best trust jurisdiction, the Cook Islands, and combine it with the best banking jurisdiction, Switzerland. This combination offers an unparalleled level of security, as both jurisdictions are known for the strict privacy laws and strong asset protection measures. This is because you're dealing with the Cook Islands, like we said, which has the strongest asset protection laws in the world, whereas Switzerland has some of the strongest banks and money managers in the world. In conclusion, of all the choices for asset protection from lawsuits, the Offshore Trust has the strongest track record. And of all the jurisdictions, the Cook Islands Trust is an incredibly powerful tool for protecting your wealth from lawsuits and creditors, and is the most robust in our experience. With its unique legal framework with a high burden of proof for challenging the trust, it offers an unparalleled level of security that is unmatched anywhere else in the world. So the next time somebody tells you they've been sued and need asset protection, you can hit them with this gem and watch their jaws drop faster than a coconut falling from a tree. A Cook Islands Trust holding a Swiss bank account, and that's what I've seen perform some financial magic. Now, if you're interested in learning more about asset protection and the Cook Islands Trust and how it can help protect your assets, be sure to visit assetprotectionplanners.com for more free information and follow my channel. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.